Journalist shot dead during Facebook Live broadcast. 2 radio journalists were gunned down in the Dominican Republic on Tuesday morning during a news broadcast on Facebook Live. The attackers burst into the office of radio station FM 103.5, which is located inside a shopping mall in San Pedro de Macoris, 45 miles east of the capital Santo Domingo. The producer and director of the station, Leo Martinez, was shot dead in his office. Presenter Luis Manuel Medina was broadcasting on Facebook Live when he was gunned down. The Facebook Live video cuts out just as a woman can be heard shouting, "Shots, shots, shots."
En diversas manifestaciones políticas. En el caso de Park y Burns, ambos organizaron al menos una cena de gala para recaudar.
3 men were arrested in connection with the shootings, but none have been charged as police say they do not yet have a motive. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Here are other stories on journalists who were killed in the line of duty. What we know about the murdered Virginia news crew. Gunned down live on air. That was the tragic fate of 2 Virginia television journalists killed this Wednesday during a live broadcast. And now their community, colleagues, family, and friends mourn the tragedy through vigils and prayer. Allison Parker and Adam Ward both started their careers as interns at WDBJ, an affiliate of CBS. They worked together a lot and by all accounts had bright futures. Born in Martinsville, Virginia, Parker had just recently turned 24. The 2012 graduate of James Madison University was described by her co-workers as a rock star. She'd also been in a romantic relationship with WDBJ anchor Chris Hurst. The couple were planning to get married. Reports describe Parker as a kayaking enthusiast, lover of Mexican food, and good supportive friend to colleagues, especially to those enduring hardships. After working her way up the ladder at WDBJ, she eventually became a substitute anchor. Speaking to the Washington Post, her father said, "I am crying my eyes out. I don't know if there's anyone in this world or another father who could be more proud of their daughter." Ward was described by his co-workers as a fine photojournalist, dedicated to the job and always willing to cover a story, even if it was breaking on his way home from work. The Virginia Tech graduate was also a loyal fan of his college football team, the Hokies. He'd recently gotten engaged to Melissa Ott, a morning producer at WDBJ. According to WDBJ, he'd been considering leaving journalism, and his fiancée had been planning on moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. He was going to join her. Wednesday was to be her last day, but in a cruel twist of fate, Ott was in the control room at the time of the shooting and witnessed her lover's killing firsthand. As news of the shooting spread around the world, journalists paid tribute to Parker and Ward on Twitter using the hashtag #WeStandWithWDBJ. Check back with TomoNews for further updates.
2 Western journalists were shot by a policeman in eastern Afghanistan on Friday. The attack claimed the life of Pulitzer-winning photographer Anya Niedringhaus. AP journalists Anya Niedringhaus and Kathy Gannon were traveling with a convoy of election workers delivering ballots to the outskirts in Tani district. They were in their own car, accompanied by a driver and a freelance reporter. The convoy was protected by Afghan police, soldiers, and agents from the National Directorate of Security. After the convoy arrived at a heavily guarded government compound in Tani, a policeman approached the journalist's car. He yelled, "God is great" in Arabic and fired multiple shots at the back seat. The shooter then surrendered himself. Niedringhaus was killed instantly and Gannon was wounded. She is presently in a stable condition. No group has claimed responsibility, but the Taliban alleged that they have infiltrated into Afghan security forces.
2 journalists in Guatemala gunned down. 2 journalists were shot and killed in Guatemala yesterday. Danilo Lopez, the Guatemala correspondent for Prensa Libre, and Federico Salazar of Radio Nuevo Mundo were victims of a fatal shooting on Tuesday. The killings came after Lopez reportedly filed a complaint against the mayor of San Lorenzo for making death threats against him for writing about the lack of transparency in the expenditure of public funds. The 2 journalists were walking a park in Mazatenango municipality when they were shot by gunmen. Reports say a 3rd person was rushed to hospital with injuries. Police have opened an investigation into the shooting.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Local Zetas boss and journalist among 6 killed in Mexico bar. A local gang boss and a journalist were shot dead in an apparent targeted killing in a bar in Veracruz, Mexico on Thursday. On Thursday, the regional head of the Zetas crime group, Jose Marquez Balderas, aka Chichi, and journalist Juan Heribito Santos were among 6 killed in a bar in the city of Orizaba in the Mexican state of Veracruz. 2 other local journalists who were in the bar told police that 5 men with guns entered the bar and started shooting. After journalist Santos was killed, one of the attackers kicked his lifeless body in the head. The shooters were aware of the 2 journalists who survived, and they were beaten with a bottle from the bar, but not seriously injured. The shooters then drove away, with Veracruz police in pursuit. But they got away after shooting and injuring 2 police in the pursuit vehicle. Veracruz is the most dangerous state in Mexico for journalists, with 18 killed there since the year 2000.